what is Wu Qi? So it stems from Chinese Tai Chi and Qigong practices. It's a martial art. There's movement involved, but it's primarily geared towards cultivating your energy, your energetic system. There's 4 massive benefits, my top 4, and the reason why I give it to clients so often and why I do it myself on a regular basis. Number 1, it's going to help you reset your posture. You spend too much time just ingraining poor postural habits. And so this is going to help fix all that. And while it's doing that, it's going to help you eliminate shoulder pain and shoulder tension. You'll see why in a second. Number 3, like we talked about, it's an energy cultivation technique that works even if you're not that good at doing the technique itself. It kind of works on its own. You just have to show up. And a lot of people get down on themselves about meditation because they think that they're, distracted. They have a hard time staying present, focused. And so they think it's not working because of that. But this actually, you don't need to be 100% present all the time for it to have its effect. But over time, you'll achieve the 4th benefit, my 4th favorite, which is that it increases your attunement and your awareness, because there's a lot of subtle signals that are being sent in your body about sensations that we all have that we are completely oblivious to, because there's louder sensations that are coming to you through your brain, in your hustle mode, very intellectual sort of lifestyle. And so this kind of tunes you into the more subtle layers. It has tons and tons of benefit. So here's how we do it. First part, like I said, this works on its own. You're just going to stand here, and your feet are going to be parallel to each other. And as you're standing, eyes are gently closed, becoming aware of your breath, and you're letting your breath slow. And as that's happening, you're going to start to check in, do a scan, see where your weight is actually being held at your feet. Make sure that there's an even amount of weight in your heels as there is in your toes, even amount of weight on the outsides as there is on the inside. Then you start to work your way up from there. Like, are your knees locked out? Do your quads feel tight? Are your hips hiked excessively in one direction or the other? Potentially you might want to lean back, tuck your hips under you a little bit to lengthen out your low back. Most people have a degree of anterior tilt at the pelvis, and so notice, is there a way, and just let your body kind of sort out on its own what the most ideal and sensation-less arrangement is. It's going to harmonize with gravity on its own, and your job is to get out of the way. There's a way to do what it wants to do. Seeking out the increasingly subtle sensations, and then just seeing how you can adjust around them to achieve harmony. And then once you got, through the hips, then you're gonna just continue to scan upwards. How is my breathing? Is it a full belly breath that originates at my belly button? And then feel how it moves up into the rib cage. Your ribs feel stuck. There's actual connective tissue and muscle in between each of your individual ribs. So they literally can expand and contract like a balloon, and they should while you breathe. But a lot of times we have limited their ability to do that just because we just hold so much tension, right? And so notice if that's happening for you as you do this. And then moving up from the ribs, what's happening at your shoulders and your neck? Are you shrugged excessively for some reason? Can you just let your shoulders relax and sit on your ribs? Can you draw your chin in and lift the crown of your head up any amount? And stack across your spine. And finally, your hands, as they're hanging, as energy is collecting in your hands. Notice if they start to feel a little heavier. Notice if they're excessively clenched for some reason. What feels good if you let them open up and relax a little bit? And then as you do that body scan, and your mind starts to wander, you come back to it. Do another scan. Just keep on going. Keep on going. And now, as far as timing, if all you have is 1 minute, do it for a minute. You'll notice benefits even from that minute. If you have 5 minutes, great. If you have 15 minutes, amazing. The next thing I'll show is, so we just talked about the standing meditation, Wu Chi, an empty, right? Eliminating sensation so that way you can feel increasingly subtle layers of sensation. Once you've done that, now you can take some time in the second phase of this practice. Say you have 15 minutes, you can take 10 minutes to do what we just did, then take 5 more minutes and allow your arms to float up as if there's an energetic beach ball that's expanding from your belly button, and it's lifting your arms on its own. You don't need to use your muscles. They just kind of float up and they come to rest about at collarbone height. Your fingertips are pointed in towards each other. Your elbows are opened out to the sides. So literally it's like resting on this beach ball. And as your hands come up, you feel your weight shift back even more to, again, harmonize with gravity. And you hold this position. At first, it may feel agonizing to hold it for any amount of time, beyond a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. But over time, you'll figure out how to do this without expending massive amounts of muscle energy. And that's the entire point. You're going to open up these circulation channels for chi. And that's what's going to give you the effect of reducing tension and pain in your shoulders, opening up the channels, and finding other muscles, other ways of keeping your arms aloft without this hoisting there that you would otherwise be doing. Your traps, your delts, and being all shrugged up, right? This is called Jang. It's the second phase. Energetic beach ball, hands resting on the beach ball. Jang for ideally, 1 to 5 minutes. But never go more than a 2-to-1 ratio in your practice. So if you give yourself 15 minutes, that would mean 10 minutes Wu Chi, standing, emptying, harmonizing, and then 5 minutes Jang. Using your energy, opening up channels. And then step 3, once you've done Wu Chi, Jang, now you have to close out, because you just spent all this time basically becoming one with the void. Your energy is now it's kind of like melded into your environment, and so you need to draw it back in. So if you're here, timer goes off, or your breathing count is over, then you're just gonna let your arms gently fall with an exhale, and then take 3 breath cycles to breathe in, draw that energy back in, exhale, collect it in this second chakra, this Dan Qian, and third breath just the same, just kind of draw it in, and now you've gathered it all back in, recomposed, and now you're ready to go on about your day. So now bonus, like I alluded to, you can use a timer, totally valid. You can also count the amount of time that's gone by with your breaths. So a good rule of thumb, once you've achieved a relatively relaxed breathing cadence, is 5 breaths per minute. So 5 minutes, if you want to count, would be 25 breaths. 15 minutes would be 75 breaths. If you want to do 10 minutes of Wu Chi and then 5 minutes of Jang, you can do 50 breaths Wu Chi, 25 breaths Jang, right? Now, give yourself grace to arrive there. Like, you don't need to be there right away, and please don't force it. If you start doing this and you realize that, man, like I take like 20 breaths in a minute, that's totally cool. A lot of people start there. And just do the practice, let it work on its own. So over time, relax your nervous system, harmonize your energy, and bring that breathing down to a more ideal, relaxed state.
Okay.